Hello there everybody, SeKo Starcraft or SeKo Beercraft. Having himself some imported Chinese beer, Tsingtao, while I enjoy a great replay from Hyun and San from Team Azubu. Haven't casted a game from San, I don't think ever actually. Done some stuff with Sen. But San, the Protoss player, very good Protoss player. Haven't seen much of him in a while. Let's see how we can do against one of the top Zerg players in the world, Hyun. I cast a lot of Hyun replays because he's always winning tournaments or getting right to the end, so he's always playing against the best people. Gives you the best replays. So we'll see what kind of stuff we have. We don't have a pylon on the low ground, so we'll probably have a gateway cyber opening before Nexus, I'm assuming. Unless he's really committed to going for a forge and hoping that Hyun goes for a hatch first. We will see though. We'll see if there's also a pool first out of Hyun here. Pretty common to get the pool first just so you don't get run over. But the Zerg players are getting really smart at dealing with these Protoss cannon builds. We actually are going to have expansion first. He's going to leave his Overlord over here. And if you see the probe go by, what you can sometimes do is delay the Protoss player a lot in being able to make the cannons. And what that allows you to do is get them to commit way too much into building cannons and pylons and end up losing them. I saw a game recently between Arthur and Bly where Arthur had it just planned. He was going to cannon rush Bly. Bly found it, he scouted it, he denied it, and at the end of it he lost one Zergling to like 650 resources of the Protoss player, and then just got walked over. 650 resources, essentially your Nexus and a couple of Stalkers that you'd be able to have out to do better. So it was pretty sad, I must say. This does not seem to be the case. We've got a pretty standard opening right now from our Zerg player. And on this side, we are going to have the Cybernetics core opening before we have anything else too crazy. Nope, come back here, keyboard. Nexus should be able to go down fairly safely. Probably pop out this probe. And see if he wants to get himself out a mothership core before he gets out any stalkers. Mothership core is just super neat, super easy. This is really good, super aggressive third base, just because he saw how late this Nexus was. And there's a choice you can make. You can make the choice to, you know, throw down maybe a gas, get speed, or just make tons and tons of Zerglings and go in for some super high pressure. Or you go even greedier. And Hyun is so good at playing greedy, playing macro, that this much of a delayed Nexus... Come back, mouse. My mouse is about to die, that's why it's doing that. He's got such a delayed Nexus right now that it's very unlikely that he's going to be able to put any economic distance between the two of them. Oh, goddamn you, mouse. No creep spread yet out of Hyun. More focused on getting himself out a really sick, badass economy. Looks like he found a pylon across the map. We only have the one gateway while these two going down now. So it wouldn't be too unreasonable to think that maybe San would go for some sort of... Looks like he's pretty committed to going for some sort of 2-base, 3-gate pressure here just to deny this third. With this spotted right now and the Zerglings coming out, there's no roaches for our Zerg player, so he needs... and no speed, so he needs a lot of Zerglings. The Mothership Core and the Zealot should be able to save this pylon. He really wants to get that pylon down. Another pylon going down. So it looks like he's willing to trade out that many lings for one pylon. That's interesting. Really needs to get that Mothership Core down if he can. That's the bugger you really want to deal with. Mothership Core has very low shields, but a little bit more hit points. Warping in the back here. Wouldn't be able to get too much damage done, even if these drones have to pull. There's only a couple there. Pile more Zerglings coming out from Hyun, so I think he's going to be alright. The Zerg player should see this now. Yes, he does. Lots and lots of lings. Should pull his workers here pretty soon, I would think. Doesn't want to lose those cheaply. Lots and lots of zerglings here, though. He's got to get the surround. It looks like he gets the surround on most of them. Pretty good recall out. But he did commit a lot into that. That was a lot of zealots that he's not really going to have a use for a long time. Speed's on the way. So he does have a pretty even worker count as the Zerg player. He did force out a ton of zerglings here. We can't really deny that that's actually really important. We have a starport about to finish up. So San's in a good spot right now. I thought he overcommitted to that attack, but he did save most of his units, his mothership core, and he denied a lot for a while. But these zerglings should be fine for him to be able to go and do damage. I'm starting to see a lot more Protoss players going for the Oracle Scout. This sometimes freaks out your opponents that you've actually got Oracles on the map. He does have Spore Crawlers down, but he's moving into Phoenix, so those Spore Crawlers are useful regardless. Should get something in the main, though. Void Array coming out, so it looks like we've got more interest of going for just some really heavy 2-base play here. Go ahead and have his +1 attack, which would be very, very good for him and all these zealots against the zerglings. Two-shotting the zerglings, very useful. I don't know if he wants to do that trade. If he can get the sentries, it's great. But he'd lose a lot of zerglings to try to do the zealots. So he's actually going to get the 3rd base. Void Array should keep him pretty safe against some sort of counter. We'll see if the Zerg player scouts here soon if he's got the opportunity. What's really important to figure out is whether or not the opponent is going to go for Colossus, because if he doesn't, moving into this high hydralisk play is actually really, really good. Hydras are great against just about every single possible Protoss unit except for if he wants to get out Colossus. Grooved Spines, +1. This base is going to go down pretty much uncontested. Back on this side, we still won't have a big binge of production structures yet. One more gateway. So he's only really on, what, 4 gates to the starport? Yeah, he's got 3 done. 4 gates in the starport. Whereas the Zerg player is about to be on 3 base economy and hatches. And his hydras with the upgrades on them. Zealot charge can be pretty good though. Getting right on top of the hydras with your zealots is very worthwhile. Do like the infestation pit. We might see him actually go into some form of swarm hosts after this. Might be pretty cool. Hydra swarm host is a favorite of mine. I do like that composition. The hydras will deal with anything that wants to snipe the swarm hosts, and the swarm hosts keep everything else away. Snipe what you can, might as well. Sure, San is a little disappointed he couldn't get a cancel on that 4th base, but I'm sure he's happy just to keep that army alive and be on 3. 3-base Protoss will carry you a long time. He can do a lot of damage with that, but he does need to get up more production facilities and get ready to be able to do some damage. Templar Archives. Maybe go into Storm and Archon and Zealot with charge. It's a very great composition to use against Hydras as well. They melt quite fast to the Storm damage. Looks like we really only had that one Phoenix for scouting purposes. Actually throws down his Hive tech as soon as the Phoenix is out of vision. I'm sure Hyun's not too disappointed right now. I mean, he's getting up all of his upgrades. He isn't maxing out as fast as we usually see him at this stage of the game. He's about to be supply blocked. But I'm sure he feels quite comfortable against the army composition his opponent has. Storms could change that a little bit, but he hasn't started that. +2 ground weapons. +2, not super far behind for our Zerg player. We see a pretty big swarm of stuff coming across here. So maybe Hyun is interested now to do his damage as the spire goes up. I don't know if this is going to be enough to really do any major damage. Might be enough to put some pressure on. Come back here, mouse. God damn it. I don't think he can really tangle with this army. He could get risk getting cut off here by any force fields. But his hydras will outrange most things he's going against right now. He does want to kill these rocks off. That gives him the opportunity to get more range, more abilities to run around force fields. Lots of zealots. The charge is finished, as long with Templars, but the Templars don't have storm. I don't think this is enough for Hyun here. He is maxed out, and he does have all of his fungals. The fungals aren't that great. I mean, they grab the void rays, but all the zealots get right on top of his army. He's gonna lose almost everything in this. I think that was what San was really waiting for here. We need to kill some workers, maybe 3. Gave up a lot to do that push. And he's getting more hydralisks out. Those get cleaned up in a hurry. Roaches too. Not a great unit to be using right now. 24 hydras on the way. Yeah, that's something I can get behind. He might be able to get the cancel on his 4th base, and Hyun, unfortunately, has not tried putting down a 5th yet. Plenty of force field energy here. Yeah, there we go. There's some pretty good force fields. The hydras in the back can obviously do a ton of damage, and all of his charge lots are stuck behind the force fields. Those guys are not in a good spot. The Archons get roasted. Bit of an overextension here from San. He's got a pretty beastly army, but he lost a lot to those force fields he put up from himself. Great fungal, keep most of the stuff locked back. Oh, he can take that on. I do like the Protoss are now using this very high Zealot count armies. Does he still not have Storm? No, he still hasn't researched Storm. Ooh, getting a Viper out too. Oh, do we have a run by? We did. What kind of damage did he get done? 17! I guess I wasn't paying enough attention. Does drive that home. And, yeah, I mean, Hyun I thought was in a much better position, but couple of bad engagements have really set him back here. He's still got a pretty healthy army size. But it is about time for San to consider his own 4th base, and Hyun is pretty far behind on getting a 5th. The creep has not really been pushed back at all. I don't think there's even Robo Bay out right now for a Protoss, so there's no observers. Does he have burrow? Yes, he does. Cute. Hyun's getting close to maxed out again. He does really have to consider what he's going to get for an army. Another nice little run by here of Zealots. Burrow is pretty cute. Just little distractions here and there help out a lot. If San can get up this 4th base, he's got a Storm on the way. He's actually going to be in not bad position here. His upgrades are a little bit further behind than I would like. He's only been working up of 1 forge this whole time, but the same thing, there's only been 1 Evo Bay for our Zerg player. So they both have all the attack upgrades going, but none of the armor. And that would probably do a pretty good thing for either of these players to be able to have that lead as well. Zealots with +3 obviously cut through Zerg units super well. Almost got an infestor for that too. That would have made it very worthwhile. Pretty good army for the Protoss series. A little bit under the supply, but now that he's got Robo out with the Observer, pushing his creeps back is going to be really, really good for him. Nice fungal on the Zealots. These Zealots are the really, really big damage dealers in this. Uh-oh, investors, no. Looks like we had a run by. Come on there, mouse. Did he get much damage done? No. Oh, looks like he had to kill a pylon to get something out. Unpowered one of his gateways. Weird way. Protoss got his 4th base up and running. Couple of cannons down there for defense. Just don't know if the composition's in the right... Ooh. Good feedback from one storm. I just don't know if the Zerg composition's in the right place yet for this. Burrow's gonna help. Nope, but there's the observer right on top of it. It's gonna get almost all of those. Zerg supply is melting here. I think Hyun's just about dead. Pretty good play from San. Photon overcharge just for good measure. Yeah, even with that 5th base for Hyun finished, he's outmined most of his already. This 4th base in the Protoss is pretty much the winning ticket. There are Broodlords on the way, but I don't think there's enough to deal with these Void Rays. Units wise, yeah, he doesn't have the Corruptors out right now. He's morphing them all into Broodlords. So those could die super easily. I think he's trying to hide these right now as well, because he knows they're going to get sniped down. Killing off some creep tumors as he goes. Bring in the queens as well. Hyun's kind of on the back foot here. These well upgraded Archons will do great. I think he's going to fall back for right now because... Oh, maybe not. Maybe he feels good enough to tangle with this. Void Rays are going to melt these Broodlords, no problem. Lots of hydras in the back. I mean, the Void Rays obviously don't have upgrades, but they still just kill stuff so fast. I think once he's died, yeah, there's the GG. Pretty good game out of San there. I'm pretty impressed with that. I actually thought Hyun had the advantage for a large part of the game, but I just wasn't happy with his tech choices there. Yeah, the Roach Hydra is really good, but once the Storms and the Archons and the Void Rays and that really huge Protoss ball gets up, you've got to find something else to deal with that, and those are going to be getting into your really vast air armies, Corruptor Broodlord, or moving into something like the Ultralisks. Even his runbys couldn't do anything either because of the recall he always had in place with his Mothership Core. So, great game by San. Hope you guys like that. We should have some more action before you know it.